There's so much confusion around the JCF and how the Union of Jewish Women is involved, but basically the Jewish Community Fund is administered by the Union of Jewish Women, and the funds, which are so generously donated by the Jewish women of Durban, are used to help our very own.
The Union of Jewish Women is the embodiment of the Jewish culture, of charity, looking after others and giving a good example to the rest of the community, both Jewish and non-Jewish. They nurture, they go out and they spread their warmth like any Jewish mother would over their children, except in this case the children are in fact the community.
What our community often don't know is that in fact the Union of Jewish Women do a huge amount of work amongst the people within our community. And when I speak for Durban, I mean the Durban Holocaust Centre are the beneficiaries of some of that wonderful good work. So our memorial garden, for example, which is a place of peace and memory and a place where so many of our visitors stop and say, oh, we could just stay here, what an oasis this is in the middle of town. That garden was funded by the Union of Jewish Women through their campaign.
I find the Union has done a lot for us and we thoroughly appreciate it. The Union do a lot on birthdays. They bring us gifts and they sing happy birthday to us. We have bingo. They're fantastic. There are no words to.
They are an incredible crowd. The people, they find where to supply food they give out. They are
to
just
be grateful.
A wonderful crowd.
In recent years, the Best Shalom Respite Room was beautifully renovated by the funds from the JCF. The Respite Room is used by members of our Jewish community to recuperate as the need arises. Last year, with the help of our generous benefactors and funds from the JCF, which provided the little extras, we were able to send one of our Bobbers from Beth Shalom to the UK to visit her daughter, who she hadn't seen for 9 years.
They really are the most generous and wonderful, selfless people. They do so many good things and they work so very hard, the ladies. Here in Beth Shalom, I was fortunate to win a trip last year to visit my daughter in England, and I hadn't seen her for 10 years. I was not able to go to her, she was not able to come here. I doubt if I'll ever see her again at my age, you know, and it's just wonderful. I don't let myself feel sad about it. I just feel how grateful I am to the Union of Jewish Women that, you know, this happened to me in my life. It was just incredible, to me a miracle. This was extremely generous. This is the sort of thing they do for people. They raise money and then they found deserving causes of all types, not only in the Jewish community, but outside for underprivileged people and children.
The JCF is extremely proud to be able to assist our other beneficiaries, including Masada, CSO, Durban Jewish Social Services, Jewel House and the Chevra Kadisha. Over the years, with the help of JCF funding, the UJW was able to assist with the upgrade and refurbishment of the Masada workshop and kitchen.
Union of Jewish Women came to Masada and asked if what they can do for us that in need. They bought tables and they bought a whole lot of things. We had a group of people that came with their drums and we sat around in chairs. They allowed us to play the drums. They brought this person and it was the most incredible thing. They brought magicians here and they do a lot for us. Fridge and carpets they donated to us. Whatever we need, they've really helped us, and they've come into our lives by giving us things that we can't afford to bring or buy.
Durban Jewish Social Services assists all those that need help in our community. That is why we so appreciate the JCF's assistance, because it's with these funds that we're able to provide our clients with Yom Tov parcels twice a year, on Pesach and Rosh Hashanah. Under normal circumstances, they would not be able to buy for Pesach or really enjoy a Seder in their homes.
Well, through the JCF, last year, we were able to install new basins at the cemetery, Red Hill Cemetery, and that helped the community a lot because, as you know, people come off the cemetery and they have to wash their hands. And many years ago, they planted those beautiful palm trees down the pathway towards Red Hill Cemetery, and those were done in perpetuity of the 1.5 million children that perished in the Holocaust, lest we always remember and never forget.
Since the inception of Jewel House, the Union of Jewish Women and the JCF have always been there to help us and get involved. Whether it be a dishwasher, as the old one's broken down, or new pots for the kitchen, or even outings for all the residents.
As caring mothers and grandmothers, we identify that the youth are a very important part of our community. So we give to the shuls, the schools, we assist the youth movements to send children to Machaneh who otherwise wouldn't financially be able to attend.
The Union of Jewish Women aim to be involved in community projects, one of which is having regular shiurim. We are also involved in the Shabbos project, which brings together mothers, daughters, grandmothers, making challah together as a joint project. The Jewish Community Fund was used for the endowment of a garden of remembrance at the Holocaust Center in memory of children that died during the Holocaust.
So these are just some of the things that we are able to do through the JCF with the support of our committed donors. And I hope that this now clears up what the JCF is all about. We are the heart of this community, and even though you don't always see the work that we do, it is truly impacting.
When Linda and I were young brides, we had no idea what the Union of Jewish Women was about. We had both come from families that were always very communally minded and always at young ages going to jumble sales and helping those less fortunate than ourselves. And I can remember my late granny saying to me, Linda, Andy, start small, but you have to learn the art of mitzvah of giving. You have to, even though if your husband gives or your father-in-law gives, you as a young Jewish woman has to fulfill the mitzvah of giving and start off small.
Show the importance to the women of our community, the need to contribute, the responsibility we have as Jewish women to keep our community going. And I think as two women that have been involved in this community for well over 30 years, it is so vital when you see the wonderful results that we give to the beneficiaries, the joy we give and the difference we make to our community. If everybody could see that, they would be only more than willing to contribute, and that's what our role is now. It is so important that we show the women of Durban the wonderful, wonderful work we do in this community on behalf of the JCF.
The union today may be small in numbers, but they punch so far above their weight that it's unbelievable.
The work of the Union of Jewish Women needs to be acknowledged and needs to be supported.